Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we have another Sunday preview, and as you can see, the first bit is Horus Heresy. The long-awaited Horus Heresy release part 2 for the 3rd edition. It feels like it's been months since 3rd edition has released, so this is probably about time. But first let's get the admin stuff out of the way and then we'll run through this because there is a little bit more than just Horus Heresy. But before we get into that, this is the Sunday preview for Sunday the 14th of September, which means everything shown off in this article is due up for pre-order unless otherwise stated, on Saturday the 20th of September and releasing Saturday the 4th of October. So a little bit of time away. Right, what have we got? So, super heavy tanks. Felblades, super heavy battle tank. It feels like this was a long time since it was previewed. It's a stunning model. It is in plastic, much to the pleasure of the entire Horus Heresy community, I'm sure. I dread to think what the price of this is going to be. But the Felblade is coming, as are the stunning Mark II assault squads. Beautiful models. They just scream world eaters to me. Probably because their chain axes are wonderful kit. Also, General Tactica The Forges of Saturn. This is General Tactica number 2, the next campaign book in the Horus Heresy. This one obviously focusing on Saturnine. It is a 48-page supplement that reveals the early use of the Saturnine technology in the Great Crusade and Vulcan's later efforts to revitalize the designs, including how each of the other 17 legions reacted to the Primarch's gift before Horus began his fateful rebellion. In this book, you are going to get new rules for 3 units equipping Centurions and command squads in Centurion armor and giving the Word Bearers a unique demon-infused Terminator unit. Sounds interesting. New Prosperine Arcana for the Thousand Suns, and the legendary mission depicts the Salamander's assault on Death Guard fortified positions during the drop site massacre. So some really interesting stuff in there, especially I think for lore people, because isn't Saturnine pretty much all new lore at this point? So that might actually be a pretty good one. For these Journal Tacticas, I am tempted to pick up this one. I know I don't talk about Horus Heresy, I don't cover Horus Heresy in any real way anymore. I never really did, to be honest. I'm tempted to pick this up because these are, although they're 48 pages, they're quite nice books. So we'll see. The combat forces are also coming out. We talked about these a while ago. Legion of Status Combat Force, you've got 20 Mark 6 troops. Yeah, they're all Beakies, Mark 6. You've got a Rhino, you've got a Leviathan, and you also get a heavy weapons sprue. I thought this was quite a nice box. There's been some kickback in the comments. People are not impressed that it's Mark 6, and I get that. They are the older Marine variants of the plastic models. But for a starter set, for someone who doesn't have any Mark 6 Marines, I don't think that this is a bad box. Again, all of these, it depends on price, so we'll see. The Mechanicum Combat Force is coming out as well. Low model count, but big robots. Again, quite a nice looking box. And the Solar Auxilia Combat Force is coming as well. Liman Russ, 2 Sentinels, Command Squad, and a selection of 20 Las Rifle Section. I remembered it. Again, I think that this is quite a good box. Obviously, that box is probably the best value. But if you're wanting to start Solar Auxilia or you're wanting to expand your Solar Auxilia force, this might not be a bad option either. Again, it depends on the price and the savings. But these are coming out, which is really cool. It's nice to see these and I wonder how they're going to be done. Hopefully it is Combat Patrol style, so they're available everywhere. That means you can get a little bit of third-party discount, which always makes these boxes more appealing, doesn't it? Special Game Studio Bonanza, I guess this is, because we're also getting the next supplement, or the first supplement in this edition of Middle-earth strategy battle game. Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Forget about the film, because you can recreate it. This is a big one for me. This is an absolute yes to pre-ordering. It might only be 48 pages. This is the Journal Tactica of the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Again, new edition, new way of doing campaign stuff. But in this book, you'll find 11 never-before-seen narrative scenarios. It says a linked campaign, which is really cool. It's going to have you recreating key moments from the movie. I didn't know there was 11 things that you could recreate in that movie, so that'll be interesting. And it obviously focuses on Helmhammer Hand of Rohan and the Rohan forces, and Lord Wolf and his tribes as they're out for revenge. Speaking of Helmhammer Hand, the King of Rohan returns. Stunning model. I love this model. Might not be picking this up straight away, but this is an absolute yes to to me. Absolute 100% purchase at some point. I just think it's really cool. And then the weird one, Freylaf, I love as a character and I really like his models. Alwyn and Leif, they're forced in the box with him. This one depends on price. I am so interested to see where they position this as a box of 3 heroes, and that's what they are. 2 of them not quite as useful and probably not quite as wanted, let's be honest. But Freylaf is, I think he's quite good. Alwyn's alright, Leif has some interesting rules. Yeah, we'll see. Depends on price. I will probably pick this up too. So that's going to be a 3 for 3 so far on the Middle-earth strategy battle game stuff. Don't really want to be creating War of the Rohirrim, but I'm just a sucker for these things. So yeah, really nice. Not day one purchases for me. It's going to depend what the price is and how much stock there is. These won't sell out, let's be honest. Now, what do we think of these? Rohirrim and Hill Tribe dice. Probably should have come out when the edition launched back in December. Having just bought, in fact it was a birthday present, I got some of the Dol Amroth, you know, the blue Swan Knight dice. Stunning dice. I'm not keen on these. I'm not keen on the Rohan dice. Love the colour. It's the symbol. It just doesn't work for me. Although it is of the time, it just doesn't work for me. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on with those Hill Tribe dice. They just look a bit weird. But interesting. Weathered Bone, I suppose they're going for a theme. Hill Tribes probably used knuckle bones and things as dice. Yeah, doesn't really work for me. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Moving over to the Black Library, Void Scarred is getting its special edition. This one is from Mike Brooks. And it features, it's a new novel by Mike Brooks. Oh, okay. And it comes in a suitably lavish special edition, including art pages, a foreword, and autograph by the author. It also includes a short story, Invisible Chains. It will probably be limited. It doesn't say it there, does it? Nice. And it is getting its normal release as well. So that's your normal cover there. Void Scarred, obviously focusing on the pirates, very similar to the Kill Team team. And this one is also releasing hardback, ebook, and MP3 audiobook. Special edition, it does say, special edition is strictly while stocks last. So if you want that edition of it, you best be quick. The Remnant Blade is coming. Might be an incredible book. It's just the cover doesn't work for me, as we said when this was announced. This one is from Mike Vincent, and it is focused on a Night Lords character who is trying to just do Night Lordsy stuff by the sounds of it. This one looks like it is coming out in hardback, ebook, and MP3 audiobook as well. This was announced with 2 other books. I wonder where they are, because they're not in this preview. I think this one might sell well, so if you do want it, cover art aside, let me know what you think in the comments if you do pick it up and what you think of the story, because I am interested. Haven't read any of the Night Lord stuff. I know I really should. But it's good that this stuff is now starting to come out, because we seem to be hearing about Black Library things coming and then they just never appear. So it's nice that this stuff's starting to drop. And then we have what looks like an omnibus for the 41st millennium, Darkness Eternal. Stories from the 41st millennium. This is a anthology series that has tales from Nate Crowley, Justin D. Hill, Peter Favari, and many more. So many that they couldn't list them here. With a hugely diverse range of characters from across various factions, Darkness Eternal takes us into the worlds of the Savage Kroot, the Ravenous Tyranids, and the Avaricious Leagues of Votann, and the Imperium of Man's struggle for primacy against them all. The compilation is of 13 short stories and will be available to pre-order in paperback, ebook, and MP3 audiobooks. That sounds tempting, actually. I've been wanting something a little different, maybe something like that, maybe an anthology of Tyranids, Votann, Kroot. That might be good fun. Yeah, interesting. And then the Elemental Council, this one by Noah Van Nagen, is coming out in paperback. I think that this had a hardback release probably back end of last year, so if you're looking for a little bit of Tau stuff, Elemental Council might be for you. I haven't heard anything about this book. A friend of mine he's a big lover of Tau, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. I don't think he's mentioned this book once, so that doesn't really give you much. Oh, I've just seen. So this is some Tau nonsense going on, but there's also an insurgency commanded by the ruthless Brother Sergeant Artemax of the Raptors Space Marine chapter. So not only have you got Tau, but the selling point is Raptors. Okay, Now you've got my attention. That's going up in paperback. As I say, that has been out in hardback previously, so that's probably not a new book. But that's it for Black Library. Moving on to Warhammer TV Plus. My subscription has probably renewed. If you've seen my... In fact, I'll tag my video at the end of this. I did a breakdown of what I thought the value was and if I was going to subscribe for another year. I've already told you that I have, because my subscription should renew today. But I think that there's some interesting stuff that I talk about in that video, so I'll ping that one at the end for want of anything else. You might find it interesting, but it's like a review of Warhammer TV Plus over the last 12 months since I've been subscribed. Check that out. But what are they releasing this week? This week we have a How We Roll, which is delving into the fires of the industry for one of the interviews we've been anticipating for months. A discussion on the Hellsmiths of Hashut with designer Matt, rules lead for AOS. That's the kind of things that they should be doing. Are they learning? Helms of Hashut, when this episode will drop, Helms of Hashut will have been up for pre-order for a week. I believe in the UK they're already sold out on the Warhammer store. Third-party stores still have the army boxes. That army box wasn't priced badly either. I'll give them that. But this is what they should be doing. Oh, there's a new thing that's gone up for pre-order. Let's build the hype with our content. So that's good. And I'm interested. I'm really interested in seeing what's actually going on with the Helms of Hashut. But that's good. Well done for making an episode of one of your series that actually ties into some of the previews. We're also got a Law Masters focusing on the Black Templars. It's a little late, but it's kind of around the release of their codex, I guess. And then Ultimate Paint-Off kicks off a 3-episode series as 4 contestants compete in various painting challenges to earn the title of the Ultimate Painter, starting with a contrast theme. Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. But hey, it depends on who they've got on there. I don't know. Sadly, there is no Sigmar's Toll. I was hoping for episode 2. A fool's hope, obviously. They were never going to release 2 episodes in 2 weeks, let's be honest, it's a Warhammer animation. But I will keep an eye out for Sigmar's Toll episode 2. What have we got over here on WarCom? This week they're going to be discussing more on the Helms of Hashut. Looks like there's a roundtable discussions with the design team. Did we not do that last week? It says all leading up to the army sets release in just a couple of weeks. Well, we did that. We did that last week, guys. There's obviously going to be a model reveal on Monday that they can't talk about. There's also going to be an article about the 40k balance data slate that dropped on Friday accidentally, and then they threw it out there in English as PDFs. So the app is going to get an update at some point this week too, which will be good. There's a couple of changes to Space Wolves, but nothing that serious, I don't think. Maybe we'll have a look at the balance data slate Monday, Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. I've got some other stuff. I'm looking at a giant box on my table at the minute. It's a big old box. There might be some Necrons in it, but that's Monday. Obviously, if there's anything that pops up, new reveals and things, we will talk about it. Anything interesting that comes up on WarCom, we'll talk about. I will cover my Hellsmiths of Hashut coverage because I'm very interested in them. It's not often that these games get brand new armies, is it? So, yeah, there's quite a lot of fun. What I'd like to know is if you managed to get your pre-order for the Hellsmiths of Hashut army box in. Fingers crossed you did if you wanted a copy. It's a tough one. I feel like I should do something flashy and extravagant like, the Mark II Assault Squad. But I probably would never buy them. So my pick of the preview, while I think I'm going to pick that up and we'll do a video on that, I think. But my pick of the preview is going to be... I can't just pick Freylaf, can I? I think, for what it represents, and the future of Middle-earth strategy battle game, and how excited I am about the reintroduction of these campaign books, my pick of the preview is going to be, said no one ever, The War of the Rohirrim. Look, I'm interested in this book. I'm interested in the idea of a linked campaign of 11 scenarios for Middle-earth strategy battle game. Hopefully how they put this together, the information in there. I'm really looking forward to actually seeing what's in this book. Over half of this book is going to be those campaign scenarios. From what we've gathered, there isn't any new profiles or anything in here. So what's in the rest of this? And... alright, this is War of the Rohirrim. They're starting off on a weak point for me personally. As much as I love Rohan, as much as I love the idea of King Helm Hammerhand riding through the tribes, just murdering everyone. This is such a small part of Middle-earth. Depending on how they do this book, and then the focus shift to The Hobbit, to the Lord of the Rings stories and the Fellowship's journey. I'm really interested to see where they take this, what they do with this. I'm very much looking forward to this book. Let me know what stands out for you. What's your pick of the preview? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe. If you haven't, you know the drill by now. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.